Thompson, Todd. He has been jumping out of the gate super fast. Just to his left, local Victorian Duran Stapleton. And next to him on the other side, Nathan Crawford. Who has rocketed out of the gate? Looks to be 99. Max Anstey up the inside. Can he hold the line?
He went wide. He went wide.
Haruki Okiyama on the Kawasaki, but hey, Anstey answers the call straight in turn 2.
Beautiful move from Max Anstey, and he was on fire in the qualifying heat. But it's all happening. We've got riders coming up short on that triple, but everyone managing to keep it on 2 wheels. Cole Thompson looks to be in a reasonably good position there as he launches the triple, but comes up a little short.
A great start there as Cole tries to find his way around Ravenhorst on the 188 machine. Little mishap there. The Honda riders behind them also battling it out as well. As we see Thompson up to the inside, clears one and makes his way towards the front.
Now, Jeff, a little bit different here in the format tonight. 15 laps, all problem. The number 38 rider that was just trying to pick up. Who our number
Jack Kitchen just there.
Major dramas for him. Now, Jeff, I was just about to say, totally different to the World Supercross format with the short, sharp races. 15 laps the duration here. A little bit more time if you get a bad start to make some passing moves.
Yeah, there is, and you can see the riders are really trying to search out right there. Move to the inside, block passes. Can he pull it off? Oh.
Yeah, well, he got that nice run in there, but Thompson's been so strong into those woods all day long, and he moves up into 3rd place. I am impressed. We haven't mentioned Nathan Crawford is there in 2nd place. So that little chat on the line with Chris DeMeat obviously might have just calmed him down a little bit. I did like his mindset, though. Just forget about what happened earlier. Move on to this race.
Well, I think we need to keep our eyes peeled on Cole Thompson at the moment because he was so fast earlier on in his qualifying heat, but does he have what it takes to set off after Max Anstey, who the last lap he just put down a 50.4, almost a full second faster than everyone else on the track.
Yeah, he's definitely moving, but right now, you know, this battle's pretty good, and one thing I noticed last time they went through the split lane, track workers went out there and fixed all that up, so it can change as those lines develop. And, you know, once you get 10, 12 laps into here, some of those inside ruts will start to get dug in. So the split lane, the fast line may change throughout this main event.
You know, it's such an interesting onboard camera that we're seeing at the moment. We saw a little bit of it at Cardiff. It's a little bit different this time around. But I'm used to seeing it on board, whether it's on the chest or it's on the helmet, but right next to the bike, it gives such a different perspective. That was quite cool where you got to see that leg out, pointing the toe.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed here is our picture looks great, but it really does give you the perspective of how violent things are happening for the machine out there. A lot of times when you have a helmet cam, it looks really smooth, but the 3 of us know that it is anything but smooth when you're out there, and also, especially through the whoops here.
And also what we've seen with this on-bike camera, both here and at Cardiff, is when they hit the ground, they just go bam and hit the ground super hard.
Yeah, how's the race we got going right now? Thompson right there on the back of Crawford.
Well, last lap around, Thompson set his fastest one at a 50.4. Anstey, 50.3. He just answered it as well on this last lap. So if Thompson's going to run up the front, he needs to make this pass nice and quick. Here is the option between the 2 lanes, and I'm sure the WSX guys are all watching how this plays out through there to figure out the best line when they come into force tomorrow night as well.
So we've ticked off 5 laps in the book.
Whoa.
Here we see, wow, we've got a passenger on board.
Oh, that could get
There is a lot that looks wrong there. The
and it's on the back brake side too, Jeff.
Yeah, the front number plate's hanging off.
Oh, there's the brake.
Brake's not working. He's got the tough box cover going. Definitely not getting it right here tonight in this main event.
Oh, and there's some serious Mario Kart action going on there as we take our attention back to... Haruki Okiyama has gone down and he has stuck his legs in a bad position.
He's holding that left shoulder, left arm. That's it, into the whoop section. You come through this whoop section so fast. 3rd, maybe even 4th gear on the 250 right there. And when you start to get sideways, we've seen a couple riders make some big mistakes here. And that rider's down.
Well, that short stature that he has as well certainly would not have helped him through those whoops. As you mentioned before, the moment you miss a whoop when you're going that fast, or we may have a bit of a replay.
It's another rider.
It's Nathan Crawford.
No.
Oh, no. Okay, and that's just the end part that we've seen. Okay, so So shoulder, not only is his leg stuck, but he has got upper body issues there, looking like shoulder. But let's quickly make comment here as Max Anstey continues to drop down the fastest laps. He's gone from 3 to 4 to now 5-second lead. These guys need to do something or it is done.
Yeah, Anstey's just out there. He is in the zone right now, putting together just perfect laps. See the yellow flag out. No problems, though, for Anstey.
Well, Thompson has found his form. He has moved himself into second place, and he's cleared Nathan Crawford. So that is dropped back a long way there. We are only half race distance at the moment. Do you feel that Thompson has that momentum going? Could he possibly get up there? As you mentioned, though, he needs to pick up the pace because Anstey keeps throwing down heaters.
Well, but they're first and second are both in the 49-second lap time range. Anstey was 0.3 of a second quicker. Now, we've seen this happen before when you get late into the main event. It's got some lap riders that the leader is the first to come up to, right? Every now and then, you'll see a race where the lap riders affect. Okay, like something happens right here, let's say. Okay, then they affect the leader, and the riders behind benefit from that. Probably Thompson, that's going to be his best bet. That's going to be his best chance to have, to be able to make up that time of 6 seconds on Anstey.
Well, it's funny you say that. Bailey Malkowitz has gone down, and he's rattled himself. Wow, we have got some carnage out there at the moment. He is such a good kid, huge future. He's won himself a World Junior Championship for Australia, and he has definitely gone down hard.
Everything is going crazy. That was Isaac Ferguson also that we saw off the track as well. Here is carnage right now going on everywhere on the track as these riders try to settle themselves out.
Yeah, well, nine laps in the 15-lap main. Here's where you maybe have a first race of the season, right? A little bit of arm pump, starting to maybe get a little tired, make a few mistakes, mental fatigue. This is when the big crashes and the big mistakes really start to happen.
Now, Jeff, Danny, just as we say that, that lead is starting to be chipped away now. So from Max Anstey back to Cole Thompson, it's 4.09 seconds now. Fitness is starting to come into play. Lactic acid going through the veins, and all of a sudden, Anstey starts going, can I hold on to this?
Yeah, and Danny, you got to wonder, did something happen here? Look at those lap times, a 52.6 for Anstey, when his quickest was a 49.2. That's a massive difference.
And it's not just that. He has been setting them times lap after lap, and he has been bettering them times as well. So you're right, something has to have happened. Back to the 50s now that we see on our screen. So he's answered it again. There is Ferguson, I think it was. No, it's 174.
Well, who knows what could have happened. Anstey could have gone off the side of the track.
Oh.
Huge cartwheel over the front. It was almost like a front flip for our number 174. That's Sam Larson. But boys, I was about to make mention before, when you've got such a nice lead like Anstey had for such a long period of time, it's almost like a midweek practice session with your mechanic, got the pit board out, until you come across lap riders, right? Then all of a sudden it's like a smash 'em up derby. You're just trying to make your way through.
Yeah, well, Thompson turned the fastest lap. Now our leaders are going back by again. Anstey goes 50.1.
And Thompson off the side there for another one of the riders. Oh,
man, those things are slippery.
Yeah, once you hit that plywood, right?
Plywood, you're going down.
Well, here's the exact scenario that you're talking about with Anstey now moving into some more lapped riders. They're doing a good job, though. He's managing to clear them. What I thought I saw a moment ago, the end of the whoops around across the start, and then that right-hander, they're using the inside. We walked the track earlier, Lee, and we both saw that we were down to the boards. I wonder if they're starting to find some of those boards and slipperiness up the inside.
Right there, right where Anstey, that was where we saw some boards, and it spun up then. Did you see that? Now, it's right about now. He's about to come over the finish line, and it'll be lap 12 of 15. This is where it takes a really strong mind to not worry about what's going on behind, and you start to worry about those what-ifs. You know, do I come across someone or what?
Well, and Anstey completely has regrouped. He was only 1/10 of a second quicker than Thompson that time around, but that puts him at 5.6 with, what, 3 laps to go right now. This is when you have to be mentally tough and you have to stay focused. Track's starting to deteriorate. Some of these ruts out of these turns, things like that, are not quite as clean. as they once were. Whoops are starting to get a little more chewed out, taking a look back to second place.
Now, only 3 laps to go, but guys, I want to make a quick little mention of a few riders as we come back from Cole Thompson. Nathan Crawford still super impressive in a top 3, staring down the barrel of the podium because he is light years ahead of 4th place Caleb Barham, which is also a very impressive ride. Jai Roberts, super impressive for top 5. Constantino, awesome for top 6. These guys overachieving at the moment, doing exceptionally well. Reese Budd, Noah Ferguson, Thomas Ravenhorst, guys that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be quite that far up in the top 10.
Doing exceptional job. Well, no, there is Stapleton on the 14. He just clipped the inside tough block there as they went through those the combo jumps before the woods himself. And he is still trying to work his way forward. In 10th place there, right behind Ravenhorse, who both had quite a good heat race earlier on. They are coming around to knock one more down. We're almost at the end.
Yeah, see the ruts there in that 180 and then the left just before the finish. I mean, it's getting deep right there. They're getting pretty rough. You'd have to think if you just move out just a little bit, you could pick up some time. But as we've got just about a lap to go right here, you know, you've got Anstey, the 29-year-old from Winchester, England, raced MXGP from 2010 to 2019, 6th a couple of weeks ago at the World Championship in Cardiff. But right now is #1 on the board, looking at getting himself a win at this first Australian Supercross Championship.
You couldn't ask for better practice either for him to go into tomorrow's night's event. You know, it's one thing to do practice, doing race practice is another thing.
Exactly, and I think I would have rather raced tonight and then race tomorrow rather than the 2 warm-up practices that the World Championship riders have. Certainly, he's going to leave on a high note here.
Well, up and over the finish line, and he will receive the last lap board. Max Anstey riding for the Honda Genuine machine. What a ride it has been. Got the whole shot checked out ever so slightly. A little bit of pressure from Cole Thompson on board the Serco Yamaha, but as the race progressed, he held that position and he checked out ever so slightly, and he knows it's in the bag now, Danny Ham.
Yeah, 10 seconds lead going into the very final lap, man. That is one way to feel comfortable and pretty happy about your performance on the final lap.
Yeah, and he's got the luxury with that lead that he wants to be cautious right here, jumping through the whoops.
Yeah.
And he's got some lap riders in front of him, but can't get too excited. Couple turns to go, and he's going to wrap this thing up.
What an amazing ride, and he will be over the moon. Just 1 corner to go. Riding on the CRF 250R, riding for Honda Genuine, Max Anstey taking the win here at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne.
Fantastic effort for the Honda rider, and as Jeff said, what a way to go into tomorrow's night. WSX races as well, plenty of confidence. He knows how this track races. The best way, best preparation to go into tomorrow night.
Smooth, calculated, no mistakes. Negotiated his way through the lapped riders, no problem whatsoever. Very impressive 2nd place from Cole Thompson on the Serco Yamaha, and Nathan Crawford, very, very impressive also back there in 3rd. Let's take a look at the results.
Well, it's Anstey that got the win, of course. Thompson, Crawford, Barham with a good one. Roberts, Constantino, Budd, Ferguson, Stapleton, Ravenhorse, Hadlow, Jeff. What a way to get this Australian Championship underway for the SX2.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. And guys, I'm going to check out. I'm going to let you guys get that 450 main event under your belt. Thank you guys for letting me join you for that main event. I'm like, I got goosebumps. I can't wait for tomorrow night's World Championship. So good to call that race with you guys.
Thanks so much for joining us, Jeff Emig. It was an absolute pleasure.